I would say that is probably one of the
but they never did, blowing and never did, living it till it broke up and it rained down. It rained down like
Hello, everybody. We're a little shorthanded tonight. Jason is in Florida, living a very difficult life, I imagine, down there. And Paul Romack is pretending to be a carpenter. We won't say that he's actually a drywall finisher because that would imply that he's probably good at it. I don't think he is. But wrap up of Mid-America Truck Show. We're going to talk some antique pulling, and then who knows what else we'll get into with Let's Go Pulling for this week. Guys, what's going on in your world?
Living the dream, man.
Man, the enthusiasm in here tonight is just overpowering.
Doug is barely conscious over there in the corner.
He's comfortable. Leave him alone.
Listen to the smartass over there in the other up above him. Boy,
Right.
starting early and often, huh?
Hey, we got to keep things going here.
Hey, shout out to Mark Ham's boss. Gosh, that Mark, if you're watching, really liked his Yellowstone single barrel that the boss man picked out.
That took 6 minutes for us to completely change topics and swerve right into booze. It's awesome.
It happens. It happens.
Well, I'm just waiting for someone to sponsor us. I mean, that'd be kind of nice.
I was lucky to see Jared again this weekend. I got me another couple jars of goodies.
There you go. What'd you get this time?
A mixed lemonade, strawberry, mango, peach, and blackberry.
It's a good sampler pack.
Right.
It's also a dangerous pack.
Good dangerous.
I feel like we need to have like an order sheet before we go somewhere with him. Like, just get your orders in and let's go.
Oh boy.
That could be a thing.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
So Doug, you were actually the only one of us, I think, that actually did go to the poll down in Louisville. What was your thoughts and impressions coming out of the weekend?
I hope it's a yearly thing, and I hope it's more than one night. It was great. Terry Blackburn's first run of the night, he parked that tractor, I believe, from where we were sitting, it looked like the rear tire was against the wall and the front tire was along the wall. I mean, he shot it inside the tunnel and got it stopped. That was a winning pass, the first hook out. It was just incredible.
It kind of looked like they're going to run out of dirt there at some point.
They did. Minis did awesome. 3 tractors in a row with broken parts or drivetrain pieces. Or, I know Robbie, they pulled the coupler apart and it over revved, and you know what happens when that takes place. They thought they slapped the valve slapped the piston, but take it apart and fix it. At least he didn't kick any rods. So, but Jesslyn was on a pass. I mean, she would have probably been right in there with them brutes. It was a good time. I haven't been to Louisville for a pull in 15 years, so you forget how cool that place is with the stadium lighting and everything in there. It's just a whole different.
Hey, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw it.
And again,
Hell.
Charles, what are you doing over there?
I'm trying to figure out why we aren't on the beer money page. Then I just happened to look up and see that.
Well, right. I thought maybe you were taking notes, like writing down who it was before you
No.
hit cancel.
Oh, do we have uninvited guests?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lovely.
There's another one that's still on there. Did you block that one too, or?
I say try to hit block user and it does absolutely nothing. So I think we can see it. I don't think anybody else can.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I don't think so. Yeah, it's giving me an error blocking that one, so I don't know. Okay, I think I got it taken care of. Anyway,
Truck show was good too. Got Adam, my cousin that I used to drive truck for. They built a truck in 2 months. Went in, got second place in the limited mileage class. Second place in interior, and best use of chrome. So I think that's pretty impressive for a short build and first time out.
I would not want to be the guy who has to judge the category best use of chrome.
I don't know what that criteria is for that, but they did a lot of simple things. That truck is super clean, and it is not completely done. But look at it, it'll be done for Wildwood here in a month, and I think I know that one of the comments was made by the big boys, if you want to call them that. A truck and trailer in that competition, a combo is like the big boy class, and they told him to buy a trailer and come and play with us. So he's gained some respect.
Has he never done that before?
Never been
the truck and trailer. It's always just been the truck.
Last year he did a couple, but not to that size of a show. So you need something you're going to do that. Just a plain old flat. Nothing cool about that unless you put a colored Conestoga kit or something.
I don't know. I saw it. I was impressed with it. I thought it looked beautiful.
Well, guys, our guest for the night, Jared Beduhn, has joined us, and what we're having him on to is to discuss what's coming up here in a little less than 2 weeks at the Ingham County Fairgrounds in Mason, Michigan, just south of the state capitol. It's going to be the finals for National Antique Tractor Pulling Association. It's the wrap up of their season championship. Just had a hook out in Nebraska this past weekend, and we're going to finish it up. And Jared's one of the promoters behind that event. Welcome, Jared.
Howdy.
How's your evening going?
Good.
Good. Preparations wise for the event, you guys started doing anything, or is it going to be next week before you start moving?
Next Sunday evening we'll start. They having another event in the building, so we kind of got to wait for them to move out and get packed up, and then the fairgrounds will have to kind of pre-prep of what we need to do. So
yeah. You guys always does that dirt always stay on the property, or does that get used for anything else?
Hope it always stays there, and we just use it. It's only used for, so far it's only been used for the NATPA.
Now, guys talk all the time about, the Louisville dirt, how it gets stored outside under a tarp, and it's just great surface to play on. The dirt we have in Mason, I think, would probably be the antique equivalent of that. It's a mean, tough track to go hook on.
Yeah, we like now it's covered. It's outside. I hope the rest of the frost is out of it, but I think we'll be okay. The building really heats well. We can crank the heat up, and we'll work it every day. Once we get it in there and get it laid out, we'll start working it and making sure it's dry enough. And that's been a little bit of an issue a couple times, but we've always worked through it, and hopefully it'll be good this time. When the dirt was put outside, it was stacked up a lot higher and thicker, and steeper. So the water any water that did get to it, it should have shed off pretty good. And like I say, it's been covered up for the most part all winter, and we should be good.
Now, for those unfamiliar with how the NATPA season works, it's a winter indoor antique pulling tour, and the finals, it's never in this, well, it does go to places, but it moves around, correct?
Lost you there.
Oh, that's all right. I was just saying that the finals moves every year to a different spot. This year it'll be in Mason again. It's been there in the past, but they try to share that honor around with different parts of the country. And the tour works based on, you don't have to go to every event. You've got to qualify based on 3 hooks, and then you can make it into the finals, which is for championship contenders only on that last Saturday, right?
Yes, you're only allowed the NTPA or NATPA right now is they're allowing for you to hook two points classes throughout the series of the winter or all the pulls. And this year there was 18 hooks that everybody could have went to if they wished. They really stepped up their game, and this coming year will be their 26th year, and they're since the NATPA started, there's like over 1,800 members, and so it's growing, and the club has did some changing in the last few years, and it's been a pretty good pretty good run. They've really did a lot of improvements, and they've seen quite a bit more what's the word I want to say? A lot more pullers. Their hook numbers have been up substantially. Like our normal pull that we have in the fall in Mason, generally we're up in that 700 to 800 hooks for a 2-day event, which is pretty good. There's been some other events out west that they've had some more. They have a couple of really nice facilities out there, and the guys out there that promote it and do it, they do a really good job. And so all that stuff helps, it just, I think the pullers, the hospitality that all the promoters give, I think all that stuff has helped in the quality of pullers that the NATPA gets is class act. They're the iron that's there is really, really hard to. There's just no better, really. I mean, they're all really tough competitors and so forth. So
I've always been a big champion and proponent of the antique pulling scene. I feel like those guys have more fun doing this than some of the hard tours do. But coming Friday night, there's going to be one part that isn't going to be all fun and games. It'll be the annual meeting where rules changes get proposed and decided. Are you hearing any scuttlebutt on what's going to be brought to the table and fought over?
I've been hearing and seeing a lot of stuff about they want to change RPM stuff. I don't know how that's going to go. I used to go to quite a few of the meetings when I pulled back when, and I haven't been going to some of that stuff, so I don't know all the details on it, and I'm not sure, and you may know what's coming up better for rules than I do. I know you, Charles, you pay close attention to all that stuff.
I'm waiting for that surprise to come from somebody in the back. That's
well, that always happens, it seems like. I think the annual rules meeting or annual meeting, I think has been a little better the last couple 3 years. I mean, as we all know, when you get in a big association, nobody's always, you're never going to make everybody happy in certain situations, and unfortunately that has to happen. But everybody, they all get through it, and so I hope everybody continues to figure things out and make it better for the club in general. And like I said, they seem to be moving ahead and really progressing with the pulls. And
Ray Tullen wants to know if we're going to allow turbos. That one's always fun about that one. So we're heading into 2 weeks from now to be the wrap up for the season. Is there other than NATPA.club? Is there any other outlets for information as we get closer to doing this?
Yeah, I've lost you there, Charles. You're real staticky. I can't hardly understand what you're saying.
No worries. That's normal for me. Anything else? Has anybody got any other avenues for information about the poll coming out beyond the NATPA themselves? Is MTPA doing anything to help promote it?
Not that I'm aware of. I think, I'm not sure. I don't think there's anything new that's coming up that I'm aware of anyway. I could be wrong, but I try not to
That's not your part of it, right?
What's that?
That's not your part of it.
Nope. I just we just put the dirt in and and organize the pool, get everything ready to go. We maintain the track during the day and all that good stuff. Try to keep everybody going and what anybody needs, we try to accommodate that. And so hopefully it'll be a very nice championship for the 2021 season or 2022 season.
Jared, back when you were pulling, you had a Farmall M that you ran in Division 4, and it was large. How big was that one?
It was 696 cubic inches. It was, to my knowledge, it's the biggest cubic inch Farmall M that ever ran and kept running without having issues. It was, we were just starting to get it dialed in a little bit. It wasn't to its potential yet, but gaining a little bit all the time, and everybody knows how that stuff is. But another gentleman really wanted the tractor, and I ended up selling it to him. But yes, that's been a while ago. 2006, I believe, was the last that I ran that.
It was a minute ago, and I remember Gary Baker sharing some photos of what it looked like inside the bottom end of that engine. And anybody who thinks antique is boring and not a lot of tech going on, yeah, you need to drop some oil pans and take a look at what's going on inside these things.
Yep. There's a lot goes on today. Even from when that was built, I mean, things have changed tremendously. I mean, everything now is efficiency. It's not so much more cubic inch. And this stuff, I mean, everybody's kind of getting maxed out per se, but bigger isn't always better anymore. Efficiency is, of course, it's always been that way, but with the technology that everybody has, efficiency is where it's at.
Other than your M, what's been your history with being a puller? What else have you had in your days?
I started out back pulling in the 80s with a stock. I had a Farmall 300. I started pulling in a Farmall M. It was basically stock tractors, and that was back in the early 80s. And then I moved up to I had a 400 Farmall, and I built a stroker engine for it, my very first one. It was, back then that was big, but it was 421 cubic inches, and I pulled that for several years. And then I built an M, and I think I had 4 different cubic inch sizes in that M. All the while I pulled it, we kept changing and improving and trying new things and all that good stuff.
And these days, you're still out on track a lot, but not as a puller. You and Todd have kind of really created a cottage industry with the track grooming business that you guys have started up. And you're of some renown now. People look for you guys to be the track builder in the summertime.
Yeah, Todd and I, we do a lot of track maintenance, track building in the summertime. We're all over the state of Michigan. I've seen a lot of dirt, a lot of different dirt, and from about the middle of July, other than some antique pulls, from the middle of July till October, end of September, we're fairly busy building for tracks and maintaining them for their events, a lot of the fairs and stuff for Wolverine or NTPA. Just a busy time of the year.
It is. I like going to these antique events. One thing that I see every time I go, in this sport, we talk so much about where's the youth at? Where are the kids that are coming up to do this? And antique shows, you find kids in the driver's seat a lot. And I don't know if it's generational or what, but the fact that they're there is a good thing, and they're learning this craft and how to work on stuff and how to compete.
Yep. Unfortunately, it's probably not as much as we would all like to see, but what interest we do have, I really encourage that. It's something that's and generations younger than I am that are pulling strong right now. Their kids and grandkids and so forth, and when those people are gone, or done pulling, we got to keep the sport going. I think it's a really a growing sport right at the moment. The big side of pulling, it seems like that stuff is really taken off more and more every year. There's just so much pulling going on, and which is awesome. All these classes of whether from its antiques to a hot farm tractor or a farm stock tractor, or even the stock pickups and stuff like that. You got to start somewhere, and all those places are really good spots for young people to get into the sport. And generally once they've pulled a couple times, they're generally hooked, from what I see of it.
Sure seems to be that way. Well, it's coming up, the NATPA Championship, April 8th and 9th. If you are not qualified for the finals on the 9th, you can still get in with a hook on Friday. The meeting will be at 7 o'clock for the rules to be decided for the coming season. And also, I will point out on there, the points fund is $10,000 across all classes for NATPA. So a little something extra in there for everybody. Anything else you need to add, Jared?
No, I think we've kind of covered everything, and I hope everybody that's coming makes it, and safe travels to everybody, and we'll be waiting for them, and hopefully we have a really good pull, and it's I'm excited about it. It's a lot of work, but I enjoy doing it, and the people that do help seem to pitch in. We have a couple, 3 people that help me a lot, and Todd, actually, him and I do a lot of the stuff. We set the blocks, we put the dirt in, prepare the track, and whatever needs to be done from little to big. And then Michigan tractor pullers, the members and stuff, they come on pull days, for watching scales and hooking and unhooking and flagging and stuff like that. We have certain ones that do that, and everybody seems to do a good job. And then we also have some volunteers that like to do stuff, and we greatly appreciate them, because if it wasn't for them, people like that, it's hard to do. So
yep, I agree. But that's it for me, guys. You got anything for Jared? Okay. Well, you're free to stay or let you get on with your evening, but I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Okay, we appreciate it. Thank you for having me, and we'll be seeing you.
Sounds good, man.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
Bye.
Okay. NATPA season's about to end. I don't know. Some people, it's not their jam, but I really enjoy hanging out with those guys. They have a darn good time. The competition is serious and legit. And I know a lot of people don't like speed limits, but you really find out who can drive a tractor when there's a speed limit slapped on them. There's some racecraft going on. It's not just point and shoot, and it suits me. I like it. So,
is he one of the guys that runs the? Is he part of the Terrible Two that grooms the tracks?
Yeah,
in Michigan.
Yep, he's one of the two.
What is he drive? Is he driving the Tricycle 10? Or
it's
9?
a 9. It's a 9. Yeah. Yep. They've got a 9. They got an 806, and then Bob Needhammer has one that's a 4010 or 4020. It's also set up the same way.
Are they belly
the John Deere was actually the first one.
Those things are so cool.
Yeah.
Are they belly blade tractors?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they kick it old school and they look good doing it. And they groom a great track.
Well, it saves on labor too.
Yeah.
Yeah, one guy can cover a lot of ground. And it's good too, especially indoors like that. Yeah, it's 2 tracks side by side, but space is already limited. If you can take one machine out of the building doing the track grooming and just do the whole job with one, it's not only better and more efficient, I think it's safer too. You know, all these antique events that I go to, it's pretty tight confines. The fact that no one has ever been, knock on wood, run over at one of these deals, it's kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah, I would agree. So they're really expecting to run 700, 800 hooks? Did I hear that right?
Yeah, I don't know that it'll be that number across the 2 days for this event, because the finals on Saturday, you've got to be a points contender to be in it. It's not open entry for that day, but that's fairly normal. Some of the bigger non-sanctioned events like Tunica, Mississippi, or out in Enola, Oklahoma, across 3 days, we'll run 1,500 hooks. And I tell you, my vocal cords will hurt by Saturday night. That's a lot of talking.
That's crazy.
Cody's doing a very good job of hiding the fact that he's terrified of that, and he's twitching because he's thinking about how far behind he would be after the end of a weekend of trying to shoot and edit.
Yeah, it's exactly. I mean, that's a lot of hooks. But
on the other hand, though, 1,500 hooks. I mean, you're going to see those tractors running multiple times. I mean, you're not shooting every photo of every single pass. You've already got them somewhere, you know.
Yeah, but the one photo that you miss is that one opportunity that you might have not caught something.
Yeah, that's true as well.
It's also like the circle track racing or like IMSA racing. Those guys, I was just thinking about that when I was down there in Florida, and I was like, man, these cars go around the track how many times, and you have all these cars you're shooting. How many photos are you clicking every single night? There's a lot. I mean, you think about 204 hooks in a night times 2 or 3 nights. That's, I don't know. Just makes my head spin.
Data management.
Yes.
Anybody know the answer to this one? Dave Haley building the first solo track groomer? I don't know.
Nope.
I do know the answer to this one. Yeah. Todd and Jared did build those groomers themselves. Yes. They have a bulk tank on the back, so it's spray bar equipped, and then they just tow a wobble wheel.
You guys talk about missed photo opportunities at Shipshawana. The one time that I went to the bathroom and left the video camera for somebody else was when the board let go. So there is no video of that I got.
That's okay. I've got very vivid memories of that entire incident. So does Brent.
That was learned.
Honestly, I wish I would have missed that one.
About that one.
Yeah, I think it's one I could have done without.
Brent, didn't you take a small chunk of the block to your, like, went zinging by your leg or something?
There's a lot of things that went zinging past me. So
yeah, I imagine.
Piston cleared your head.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that was close enough. I don't need to do any closer than that.
Yep.
Well, shoot, you were how far away from it? Less than 10 feet?
Yeah, realistically
10,
less than
feet.
10 feet. Yeah.
Probably somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I'm thankful that lifter hit me in the back broadside and not end on, because it would have hurt a lot more end on.
Oh, yeah.
That was exciting.
Yep.
I had to go shake my pants out. I'm not afraid to admit it.
And there were parts that shook loose when you did.
Yeah. And then, like an idiot, I stood out there and finished the rest of the show. I didn't learn. The very next tractor came down in the exact same tire tracks.
Yep.
And he got within 20 feet of me, and I watched the blow-by tube all of a sudden light up because it was burning a piston. The only thought that went through my head was, oh, crap, we're going to do this again. I got, repressed memories there.
Yeah, we can go back and keep repressing those. That's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Worst, well, I guess from a photographic perspective, that was the one point in time where I guess I kind of wish that I had been a little bit further down the track, because I was there, I shot it, and it looked like it was hell-bent for leather, and it was on a great pass, and he was going to win, and everything was hunky-dory. And then 4 seconds later, rapid disassembly.
Yeah. The weirdest part about that whole thing is how silent the building was, and you could still hear stuff raining down for a good 10 seconds. That was very surreal.
Yeah, the video itself, you can just it detonates, and literally everyone goes quiet, and you can just hear ting 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 just across the building.
Yeah,
you weren't very far away from the Dodge when it let go in Ellsworth, were you? You were
no, I was actually the closest photographer there. Yet I somehow or another, I was just out of frame of every freaking video ever. But yeah, I was right there. And the funny, not funny part, but the kind of scary part is that I didn't register that it had happened because I was so zoned out, looking through the lens and making sure that the photos look good, that it took me, I saw that hood flying or the block flying in my, peripheral after it had happened.
I was close to that too, but not as close as you guys were to the hit ship.
Yeah. I don't know. In the aftermath, Clint had said that he had some ideas for things to change to try to mitigate that for next year. And at the time, I really wasn't that curious because I just didn't really want to think about it. But we'll see what that's going to look like and how to manage it better. And it's one of those things it has to happen, I guess, for you to learn from it. And thankfully, it was a situation where really no one got hurt. But it was a good wake-up call, that's for sure.
Well, I sat in at the tech meeting. Christy Asher came to DuQuoin, and they did a tech meeting before the afternoon poll on Saturday. And I just sat in and kind of listened to it. And the new cable rule, I mean, the way that they're trying to have them do it now and having the second cable and whatnot, I mean, it's going to take a lot to throw a motor that far now. I mean, they did some testing, and the numbers, like the strength and like the force it's going to take to actually rip two cables out now is going to take, it's going to be astronomical to do something like that. And obviously, with hoods, people don't latch them down or anything. So there's different things that they've been talking about to try to mitigate those issues.
I want to see the video from the testing of that.
Yeah, it happened in California somewhere. But
probably
they just took the cable and on some sort of prime machine and just pulled on it until it broke.
Oh, that's boring.
Yeah.
I want to see that done as an actual test case.
Yeah.
I want to see a motor launch.
On a dyno.
That's right.
I know some guys.
Mm-hmm.
We can arrange an experiment.
I think we all know some guys, but I don't think any of our pocketbooks are deep enough to pay for the damage if they can actually make it explode.
But it's in the name of science.
I don't care.
Pulling, you guys have stuff in Canada that we wish we had down here.
Hey,
Especially up in Quebec.
put in the comments, where are you from? What part of Canada?
I see the Lambada Mini went to Quebec this weekend.
Yep, Patrick. Yeah, he had the wild addiction. Is that the mini rod that he? I think that's what it's called. Something like that.
Yeah, Adam's right. We can accomplish this task. We just have to. All we got to do is go to UCC, and we'll blow up everything.
Yes, that. There is that.
Especially now because they don't have to convert the trucks to go pulling with on Sunday. It's going to be the gloves are going to be off on the dyno rollers.
What do you mean they don't have to convert the trucks?
They changed the rules for this year's competition. You can have a second truck to be your puller. The only rule is it's got to be an OEM frame rail truck, so there won't be any super stocks, but as long as it's got stock frame rails under it, you can pull with a second truck.
So we're going to see 2 trucks. Wow. All right.
Yep.
That's different. Abe, that was the exact answer that I was hoping you were not going to give. Because that's a long ways away from where there is pulling like we talk about. Yeah. Quebec has some organizations that really have it together, and they really put on a good show. But that's a bit of a hike. So Canada's allowing people to come down, correct? I think.
Yeah, the Lacey's have been across the border.
In Florida.
Yep.
Yeah, Lacey's were down in South Carolina this last weekend too.
So Abe, that means that you need to start looking at our schedules and see where that dovetails with some vacation time on your schedule, and then come down here and let us show you a good time. And I'm serious.
Yeah, the Lacey's actually doubled up Friday night down in South Carolina to win the minis, and then put in a second.
Yep.
On Saturday.
I believe Cody Singleton won on Saturday.
Yes, correct. Actually, for that event down there in the mini class anyway, you had only one tractor that was local. Everybody else was either from New England, Canada, or here in Michigan. So, hey.
How many did they have?
Not a lot.
They had 8 on Friday night, and then 2 or 3 of them broke on Saturday.
Yeah.
I know the Kells, they kicked the rod. It didn't go through the block, but it cracked the block.
And I don't know what happened to Storeholder. Dick Storeholder, so everybody's familiar with the slaw minis where you sit way up on it. And Dick bought one of the first ones they did. And you expect some like young buck full of piss and vinegar to be in the seat of that thing, and then the guy takes his helmet off, and here's this guy who looks like Santa Claus driving it.
That was very diplomatically stated.
Yep.
Dick's a hoot to hang out with. He's fun at the track. Hopefully, he was at Rockwell a couple of years ago, and hopefully he'll come back again.
Yeah, I hope he does too.
Yeah, we're not coming there. No.
Yeah, I just Googled it. It's 17 hours away from me.
Plus, Abe, you guys don't have our class. We can't bring the 4-1 there.
How close would that Windsor, Colorado be for him?
Far.
All day.
Yeah, it's still gonna be a ways.
It would be 925 miles.
That's a long ride.
I think the closest big pull would be Hutch.
That's kind of what I was wondering. Yeah. And that'd be a good show.
And that's still 885 miles.
What's Wisner? Probably the same.
Maybe another 100 on top of it.
Just shy of 1,000.
Wow.
So, Abe, what you got to do is start looking at airfare and see if you can get a quasi-cheap flight to Denver in September. and go to Denver. And we will make you a deal. If you do, one of us, maybe more of us, will be there at the airport to pick you up, because Denver is not far from that Colorado pull. And that's shaping up to be quite the deal.
Yeah, I forget when. That's in September, right?
That's Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday of Labor Day.
Figures. Well, that takes me out of going off there, but
Yeah, I would go too. That's a busy weekend for me.
yeah.
Otherwise, there's 4 big pulls 2 hours from Minneapolis Airport.
Yep.
Very true. Very true.
Which
Yeah.
4?
Hutchinson, Toma, Hillsboro, and Rockwell.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. God, there used to be so many big NTPA shows that up in that area too that kind of gone by the wayside. It used to be kind of a sweep. They'd go up there, 3 hooks, I think. So any thoughts on the new Mitas 24.5s? Some homework to do there, or all I saw was pictures from far away. I didn't see any close up to really understand.
They had to shave Russell's down. They were too wide.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, didn't Brett do it? Didn't Brett
hit
cut
it
him
out
down?
the parking lot. Yep.
Okay.
Saturday afternoon.
That's a thing.
So
I'm still.
That means there's still a pile of molten rubber somewhere between Broadbent and Freedom Hall.
I'm still curious, and I guess I need to do some more digging and paying attention on the 30.5s that are already out there, and just see really, is there much variation in what guys are doing with them? It's a blank canvas. You can do anything. And I guess I sort of expected when they were first announced years ago that we were going to see some really crazy kind of stuff. And I haven't really noticed it too much. Not a lot of variation in terms of bar shape. I think I'm seeing more bars in. They're spaced a little closer together, but haven't seen any. I'm waiting for somebody to do a modern single cut, just because I want to. Fewer bars, faster gear. Just my head just goes, well, why not? Somebody try it. There's got to be a sand track out there somewhere that would love it.
True.
I know where there's one, and everybody complains about it too. So,
where they could use them. Granted, Louisville did say that they did put a rule in banning the single cuts. But a Mitas isn't a single cut tire. It's a Aldecide cut tire.
Truth. Comes as a giant racing slick, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Cody, which track are you talking about?
Newmarket. Because the pull's in the middle of the afternoon. It's always 110 degrees. It's hot, and the track, they built it up a couple of years ago. So it's got like 3 foot of fill, and it's really sandy. So it just eats tires, and it's a tough track.
I don't know if we're going to get anybody on Mitas tires, at least 30.5s. I don't know if we're going to get anybody to show.
No.
Northwest is really going to have to step up their game.
I'm just saying, I know there's a track, so if they want to test them, but yeah.
Do you guys out west, do you have many events where they pull on an old horse track? Basically, that's Fairgrounds is.
That's a California thing.
Yeah.
There's a few of them.
It's kind of like Louisville was. You get a shot and hope that you hit the gate if you want to keep going.
Yeah, there's a few places here that do it. Not so much anymore. A lot of them, they've built infield dedicated tracks now. They've kind of gotten away from that. But it was kind of a thing. It was always interesting, too, because a lot of times the track would be sloped. So you were playing with that as well. And a lot of times a guy could really sneak one on a class if they hit the setup right and everybody else blew it and get a win maybe where they ordinarily wouldn't.
There was the only show Donnie Reeves hosted, that horsepower and horses, or I don't even remember what year it was. maybe 18, 17. We were out there, and they had 2 tracks. One was along the seating. Then they had one kitty corner across the track, and that one had to turn a 45-degree angle to make it out the gate if you wanted to get past 300 feet.
I do apologize. Some of these comments coming in as Facebook user. There's a wire cross somewhere, but I'm not tech savvy enough to figure that out.
I think it's on their end or something. They said they have to allow the settings or something.
Yeah.
Nah, Jason's not here, so we're gonna blame him.
That's fine.
That's what he
Jason-
always says, so I
Jason
blame
did it.
him.
Just hit the randomizer and just. All right,
I
we're gonna
think
hit
what it
this
might
button
be
and see
is
what it does.
people, if they're watching from a Facebook group and not from a Facebook page, because
Gotcha.
it goes live in a Facebook group.
Well, Jason, I haven't heard that rumor. If they did actually try to enforce something like that, that would be one hell of a can of worms to open about parts availability.
I don't know if it's in the PPL rule book, but some rules have it that if tires aren't readily accessible to all competitors, the tire is not legal.
Gotcha.
But I mean, people were running the Parks tires, and those weren't really available to anybody either.
Right.
And they were running them. So,
hey, Jason, you got a few minutes? You want to hop on? I extended the invite last week. Throw it up in the comments. If so, I'll throw you the link. We'll talk a little garden tractor pulling.
Yep.
Since Waterloo happened this weekend too.
That's true. They were in action.
Brent, are you going to the one in Richmond next weekend?
yeah, that's the plan. Just Saturday anyways. I'm not taking off to go up there for the whole day on Friday. But yeah.
All right, I just sent him the link, so
Okay.
I didn't see the answer in the comments.
He just said he can't this week, maybe
Oh.
next.
Freaking Jason Rack, fix your schedule.
As he's sitting here commenting the whole time, but no, I can't come on.
Mm-mm.
What
No, Adam Wilson does the very same thing.
Yeah.
Adam, you want to come on? No, I can't. I know why with Adam. It's because he's at work.
Work. I need a job like that.
So, interesting trivia question, and this is probably a pretty easy one, but I'll throw it out there anyway. What tractor has been down the track in Louisville the most since we started pulling? And what's its name? Or names, as the case may be.
I'll answer that one, but I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, that's right, you will. Because we like watching the smoke pour out of Posh's head.
Yeah. Well, you kind of the table talk you two just did kind of tells me it's not what I was thinking. So,
what were you thinking it was?
Actually, my first thought was Kentuckian.
I think you're close, but I don't think it's been down the most.
Nah, yeah, I'm thinking it probably isn't.
Was
Yeah,
it
you're
somebody
right.
that
A
pulled
good
this
answer there,
weekend?
Benny McKinnon, but he's been away from
No,
it for a
They
long
did not
time
pull
now.
this weekend.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't know.
You
Yeah.
stumped Mr. Trivia Man there.
Yeah.
Truck or track?
Jer wants a hint.
Jerry, it's a tractor and it's a 4-1.
Which means it wasn't a 4-1 before, it was something else.
It is currently a 4-1.
I was gonna say Holman's if it was a truck.
Oh, One Bad Apple?
No,
Or the old one Bad Apple?
OBA's only been down Louisville's track maybe 6 times. Well, maybe a little more than that, but
Not
not a
very
whole lot. Because Jeff only ran it back in the day there, I think, 3 times.
I'm just going off these comments. I don't know. What state is it out of currently?
Tennessee, I believe.
You should give him the previous name and see if that helps him for the next clue.
No, we can't do that.
I literally have no idea.
Me either.
Yeah, we'll let that marinate for a little bit. I will say that somebody has answered it correctly. However, they've not given the names of the tractor. Not all of them, at any rate.
I don't know. Was Dixie Deer the Tinker Toy?
Yep.
Okay.
There's your answer, kids. In 3 different classes, that tractor's been down the track.
What's the third one?
Super Farm.
Super Farm 4-1 and
Oh, yeah, because Dixie Deer was a Super Farm for a while.
yeah.
Yes. Yep, that's right. I forgot that. Yipper.
In a perfect world, I would love to get the current Tinker Toy and the Dixie Deer together on a patch of grass somewhere and get a picture of the two of them together. Although I'm not 100% sure that would complete the tractors that have been or are the Tinker Toy.
I don't know that, but I think possibly if everything's, if the guys are still, the tractors are together at Shy Diesel Extravaganza, we might be able to hook that up.
That might be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Green with Envy's headed to Wisconsin.
Yep.
Officially, yeah. It didn't have artwork on the side shields anymore.
Oh,
so
that's how I knew it was going to Wisconsin after that.
I'm guessing those were the replacements. I'm guessing Denny's got the originals.
I'd assume so.
Yeah, I would think.
That, and supposedly they have another one sitting that came home with them earlier.
Who did? Brent?
Yeah, I guess supposedly they got 2 now. And
Really?
they have a 3rd one on order.
Good frickin' grief. Selling 3.6 trucks must be a pretty profitable ordeal.
I guess.
I don't think
That's a
they
side
sold
hustle
them.
that I
That's
need
the
to get
thing.
into.
Last I heard that they haven't sold them yet. So,
Wow.
Huh.
Look for Lincoln Diesel on the Fortune 500 list here in about 2 or 3 years.
Right.
Wait,
money.
no,
Big money in injectors.
No.
Yeah,
They're pulling
I
pro
think they
stocks.
do just
They'll
fine.
never make the Fortune 500.
Right, I'll be right back. I'm going to send you a picture. I want you to make a meme quick.
Okay.
Post that. You'll get a kick out
Oh
of it.
boy. Oh
No,
boy. Why do I
it's
think this
classic.
is Will Smith and Chris Rock?
Yeah, I don't think the internet has ever burned out a meme faster than what happened today. Holy.
Which one?
Yes.
I mean, there's
those
about
2
all.
that Andy sent to you and me were great.
Yeah.
Those were funny.
The Bad Medicine one is really good, but unfortunately with the language in there, I can't show it to everybody tonight.
I haven't seen that. You're going to need to share that.
Go to IQ of 5.
Okay. Will do.
As of this past week, as far as we know, the mods are still sitting at Boyd's. One mini is still sitting at Boyd's. There's a 3rd mod chassis sitting there too that a lot of people don't realize is there. Brand new, never run. So, hey, if you want to pull a mod this summer, go to Washington, Indiana.
That's right. Austin's got a deal for you.
Yes.
Or Greg or Steve.
Grandpa.
Yes.
Yeah, they might even sell you the building it came in if you want.
I don't know if they'll sell it. They might rent it.
Yeah. Yeah, you want a turnkey dyno and racing shop?
Yeah, if you want a toy shop, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't heard too much else for new stuff really coming yet. Uh-oh.
I like it, Doug.
You couldn't get a better pose than that.
No, that's true.
That's okay, Adam. Mine says the same thing.
Yeah. What was I going to bring up?
Oh, I was going to bring up something.
Go for it, because I've.
What's the 4-1 that was just sold out of Joe Bush's shop?
Can you be any more descriptive?
It's sold for
green.
65. It was listed for 65,000, a 4-1 out of their shop, and it sold. That's all I know.
Interesting.
I will send a picture to Charles to post.
Here I think this is it. I'll just share my screen. I found it.
Yeah, it's on pull off. That's the reason. That's where I saw it. But the fact that 4-1 is 65,000, it's turnkey is a hell of a deal. Yeah, it's that one.
Yeah.
Would you blow up one of those? All right, I'm going to show my old man eyes here. The worst part is I'm wearing progressives and they aren't doing the job.
Not familiar to me, but
I should know this.
I've seen that tractor.
I don't know whose tractor that was, but the fact is $65,000. I feel like somebody got a really good deal. I guess I don't know how competitive it is, but it's a good start.
Yep. Everybody starts somewhere.
Bring up the specs again.
Here, let me zoom this. Pump and injectors might be nothing special, but I mean, a billet head ready to go. For sale by Chotch.
Yeah, that's Kyle's nickname.
Yeah, Lisa, Region 2 did add a new event.
Yes.
Fremont, the Gilliland Memorial. And actually, there's now going to be 3 pulls at Fremont this year, 2 for West Michigan pullers and this one. And this will be the year the rumored and promised forever new track is supposed to be ready to go.
Dirt is moving.
Got it?
Saw pictures of it.
Cool. It's needed. The old arena, while it was certainly cool and a very intimate place, and that town really, especially the fair, they come out, they'll jam that place to the rafters for the pull, and they're an active crowd, they're an engaged crowd. But I think this will be better. Give them room to have an actual true safe 300-foot track. That place, 300 is sketchy. 320, you're in the chicken barn. So,
yep, exactly. And you're disrupting my nephew's hogs and my niece's hog, because you're not far from the hog barn, I think.
Right. But on the downside, we did lose one. There was supposed to be one in September at Hudsonville, an add-on NTPA event, but kind of got the cart got ahead of the horse on that one a little bit, so they had to pull the plug. But maybe next year.
That must be the one Jason's talking about, Methanol Madness.
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
I don't know where that tractor wound up at. It's a good question.
You know, Todd would be a good one to get on the show.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Especially now that he's got an NTPA show.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm proud of those guys. I'm excited to see what happens when you're bringing, really big, national caliber or regional caliber pulling to my old hometown.
Yeah. Because that was last an NTPA show in the mid 90s, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's been a long time, but the stands still continue to be packed. I grew up. This is my hometown that we're talking about, and I grew up just remembering what that show was and thinking that, maybe a lot naively, that's the way every show was. And when I got out here and, started going to shows and things like that, and then I picked up a camera and, just kind of fell down the spiral that I've fallen down. I've seen shows in front of 25 people.
Yeah.
And that was, for the longest time, that was real weird to me. But now I'm starting to get it and understanding that my hometown, when you have a pull there, it doesn't matter what it is. People show up.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not putting them on a pedestal, but I'm putting them on a pedestal because my hometown kicks ass.
No,
one of these days I will get back there to shoot it.
I can vouch for that. I mean, I've been doing that fair. I think I've done it at least the last 8 years, and I think I've only missed one for whatever reason. And the show always advertised starts at 7:00. We always start it late on purpose because they're backed out onto the road trying to get into the place. Yep. Every year they say, wait, start the show late. So it is cool to see that.
Yeah. And when we say standing room only, we really mean it. Can you dig up one of those photos?
Yes. I don't know if it's going to be wide angle enough to really tell the story, but yeah. Give me a second there on that.
I remember you sent me a photo once, or maybe sent it to our group chat once, and it just made me so proud.
Yeah, I think that one was probably a cell phone photo, which God knows where that went, but I'll see what I can find here. To answer Moose's question in the comments there, Dan Mayer is redesigning pullingreference.com. It will be back when it's finished. But if
I'm redesigning it.
Oh, what's that?
I'm redesigning.
Oh, you are? Okay. All right. If you know where to go online, though, you can still find it. Let's just say that.
And Moose, for $25 a piece, we will tell you where to go online and find it.
Because I still use it all the time.
So while you're digging, Charles, I'll share something. So this was kind of funny that I posted Diagonal's pull from last year. And
wait, these guys don't know what Diagonal's pull is. Give them a little context.
So Diagonal is probably the only place I've ever seen that has a pulling track permanently in the middle of a park. And it is a town of a couple hundred people, and it's just kind of a good time pull. They get everybody together. We just have quite a fun event, and it's a neat little place. So they like to have fun. They want to get everybody together and have a good time. And so there's a few good things, but they do a Calcutta too. So it's kind of fun to bring those back. That was the first Calcutta I've been around. For one of the smaller pulls like this. But
did you get photos of Jake doing his thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Sweet.
Yep. So unlock the screen. Okay, well, it's not letting me share at the moment. Give me a minute.
It's because Charles doesn't like you.
Right?
I didn't even see anything pop up to let it do it, so I don't know.
Yeah, no,
technical difficulties.
Yeah. So it's not letting me because new permissions type of thing. So anyhow, I took this picture, and you think of Northwest stuff, Ryan. Who's the most photogenic kid that you know?
We've had him on the show before.
No.
What?
Huh? Little kid.
Brent Roberts' kid. All of
you've
his
had
kids
him on
have
here
been.
before?
Huh? Yeah, they've all been traipsing around the shop in varying states of pajama.
Okay, that's fair. And so anyhow, I've got a picture that's really good because I've got Mackenzie and him walking down the track together. And Mackenzie's comment goes, "Just practicing."
Oh, good Lord.
They
5
won't
years
let me
tops.
for what, 2 or 3 of them or what?
I don't know how many were in the picture with her.
Just one.
5 years tops. Except that little kid will probably be in a fire suit and helmet.
That
And
wants
it'll
me to restart.
coordinate, and it'll have flames like going up the side. And
It wants me to restart Chrome before it lets me share that now. So that's super fun.
For the life of me, I'm not finding the wide angle shot I wanted to show you at Fremont, but yeah, they do jam
Rats.
that place. Yeah. It's somewhere out in space, but
so Fremont and Diagonal are maybe a little bit alike in that regard. Where kind of, at least this is the way I remember it, and I've been gone for 20 plus years, actually 20 years this year. But it used to be, and the last photo I saw that Charles sent to me was pretty much elbow to elbow, standing room only.
yeah.
Fire marshal says no more. And Diagonal is kind of the same way, except that there ain't no fire marshal there. So, I mean, you got them lined up. If you get there by, I don't know, 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning for a 3 o'clock pull, you might get you might be able to back your power stroke up to the track on the east side and be able to sit there and, have your crew there. But everybody else, it's hillside business.
Let me restart. I'll jump back in.
This is Fremont, and I mean the stands will look like that all the way to the top on both sides of the track, just elbow to elbow.
Is that Joe Moore's daughter?
That is one of the. No, it's not. They actually don't pull West Michigan that much. I think their tractor is just a little bit beyond the rules.
Just a little too hot.
A little too hot, yeah. That's Ron
Airspeed, our old dealership.
Yeah.
Love it.
But I mean, yeah, so that's the starting line end. No one ever sits at the starting line, right? Here they do.
Not in Fremont. I love it.
Yeah, they'll pack the joint, that's for sure. I mean, just people everywhere.
And they'll do it again. I cannot wait to see what happens for the Gilliland.
Yeah, I agree.
Dude, I hope that's on your wall somewhere.
The Ghost?
Yeah, that shot.
Not that one, no.
Oh, that shot deserves to be on the wall. That's cool.
There's some other ones I'm a little bit more partial to.
Well, yeah, with your kid riding in it.
Yeah.
I get that.
That's it.
I get that. Yeah, I kind of grew up a little bit spoiled because I got to watch that. I got to watch that truck every single year, at least once a year. I got to see that truck make a pass, and I actually got to see its older brother, the Gray Ghost.
Yep.
Now we're getting squarely into Tim Wyden territory.
Now, this is the one that I actually like for a very good reason. because driving the Ghost is Jeff Story, who owns the sled, and my son is the running the sled.
Yeah.
So that's the one I'm partial to.
That's sweet.
Have you ever ridden shotgun?
I have not. No, it was offered to me at Blanchard this past spring, and I was announcing the show, so I didn't want to take away from that. And Christian was with me, so I told him, "No, you get in the seat, you go for a ride." And so he did it, and but no, I have not yet.
Does Blanchard not have a wireless mic?
They do, but I don't know. It's one of those things I hate to take away from doing the job I'm actually paid to be there to do. If that makes sense.
Do you think that the audience wouldn't really love to hear the commentary from inside that cab?
You know what? Yeah, probably right. Maybe we'll have to try that.
Do that if you ever get the chance again. Please do it.
The one I really would like to do is for big rig. A lot of the racers will let you get in the trucks.
Yep.
But you very quickly, as in very rapidly, drive away out of range.
I'm kind of looking forward to that trip.
There you go.
Are you headed up?
Yeah.
Nice. You're going to have so much
in
fun.
Touch with who I needed to talk to, and we're going.
Yeah.
No pulling that weekend, so
I think
you're going to have so much fun, and I'm going to be so jealous.
I think we've got 106 trucks that are registered to race at this point. And of those, 28 or 29 are going to be Class A racers from Texas, Canada, you name it. You know, the 3,000 plus horsepower mean guys. There's going to be close to 30 of them.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That'd be all right.
There's a pretty substantial truck show that goes along with that, correct?
There is, yeah. I mean, it's not going to be on the level of the Matt's show or the St. Ignace, Michigan show, but yeah, there's some stuff there. Yep.
I figure by the time I adjust for a hotel and stuff, I might be better off just taking the truck and trailer up for that.
You always could. Yeah, absolutely. You know, Mike does a pretty good job of making sure there's something to check out all weekend. You know, there'll be a live band playing most nights after the racing. Huge fire pit, everybody just hanging out and having a good time. So,
and there's enough room where, Doug, if you drove the hauler up, you'd have somewhere to. I mean, you wouldn't be lacking for a place to park it.
No.
Right. Oh, but there's a truck show. That truck is worthy enough for, you know, we took it to Gaston last year.
Yeah.
So,
and now it's got like more done to it, right? The underglow and all that.
Yeah. Yep.
Next time you guys get down this direction, I have a 55-inch flat screen for you, 4K flat screen.
Okay.
It's currently just sitting in the my storage closet because I don't have a use for it. Is that Jake?
That's Jake.
Jake is one of my auctioneers. Actually, I just had a meeting with well, it's a husband and wife team. I just had a meeting with Melanie on Thursday.
That kid always carries a pink koozie around. You know whose koozie that is?
I know.
That is a colorblind koozie that his girlfriend Sydney gave him.
That's right.
And
he's convinced that he's going to marry Sydney when he grows up.
Like, that kid carries it everywhere. So, but yeah, I just thought it was funny. So, if we count, you know, a few months out here, we could be playing on some of that for Lane and McKenzie.
All right, Jason sent me a video of Fremont. I think this is him pulling his farm stock there.
Wait, Jason pulls a farm stock?
He did before they had the garden tractor. He did have one, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Speaking of auctions, Rye, was that 4-wheel drive the top of the sale? Miko?
Oh, God, nothing came even close. Nothing even came remotely close.
No. But I will say
that is how you pack a stand.
Yeah.
every time I see videos like this, I am so proud of my hometown.
That's cool.
And it's like the shortest track in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, 240 and you're at the gate.
Actually, that's I'm.
Or is that out?
Keep that'd be out. You know what? I'm gonna dig right now and find through that place what it looks like when a modified goes through there.
What, are you finding an old Suspicion clip?
I think they had sold it by then from the video I've got, but it's in there. I just gotta find it.
Well, while you're digging, I think it's Lisa Jostock's birthday today. So happy birthday, Lisa. And Doug, you're right. That was I just posted footage of her yes, it does, Tim. I would agree. I just posted footage of that 80-20 selling on Tractor Zoom's Facebook page not too long ago, maybe, I don't know, 6 hours ago. That was wild. To be there, to watch that happen. I mean, that tractor shattered the record for an 80-20. I think the highest I've ever seen one go was,
correct?
huh?
That was the prototype.
That is what the collective wisdom and kind of the tribal knowledge suggests. So yeah, it was the number one prototype.
For people that aren't aware, they sold an 80-20 on the Mecum sale for what, 367,000?
350 plus
350. Yeah, 357.5.
Well, no, 350 plus the buyer's premium and the seller. And I mean, it ended up somebody was paying like close to 375 for it, I think.
I thought I was on Mecum and they the final bid. I watched it sell.
Yeah, because you were on my live on TikTok, weren't you, when that happened?
Yeah, I was on it and I watched for a little while, and then it was really cool. Like the old yellow tractors that front wheel assist, like the 30-20 was the only known one in existence. That
something like that. Yeah,
that was kind of cool.
That was a queer tractor. It was front wheel assist, power shift, and a gas.
Yeah.
No.
So it had like 9 horsepower when it was done powering the front axle.
No, that was the synchro. That 30-20 was the synchro.
Well, there were a couple of them. There were a couple of front wheel assist 30-20s that both went well north of 140, 150-ish.
It was 136, if I remember right. There's like two. There's the pair of two of them brought 136.
And then there was a 43-20 front wheel assist that was painted yellow from the factory, and I think that was like one of 12 or one of 9 or something. So yeah, that Mike and Denise Smith collection, boy, I'll tell you what, man, there was some cool stuff on there.
What did the Mini 1086 bring?
Say one more time.
The miniature 1086, because that got stupid views on the Beer Money pages.
I don't remember. 167.5 is what the 80-20 sold. 136.5 was what the 4230.
Read that number again.
Or 367.5. 367,500 is what they have listed.
Okay, that must be including the buyer's premium then.
Right.
Because it hammered at 350. But there's a 5 or 7% or something buyer's premium there. So
yeah, dyslexic was thinking 357.5, but
either way.
But the interesting thing, the number 2 lot was the 1926, the Byron steam tractor that sold for 220,500.
Wait, that the Stanley Steamer race car replica or the
steam powered tractor? That was kind of cool to see run. They had it running on Thursday afternoon. They were driving it around a little bit.
Cool.
Hold on, I will share this.
Because there was a Stanley Steamer race car that crossed the block late on Friday. That, excuse me, I don't think it hit the reserve, and it was at 200.
Hey,
But
Charles,
that thing was really cool.
grab that real quick.
That was the drag car that was right there by the entrance into the sail ring.
No. No, it was not that that Brian steam tractor. It wasn't that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the one that was their number 2.
Cool.
To me, that old Pete was sweet.
That, if I'm not mistaken, that is the earliest Pete that still exists today.
And that's headed to I-80, correct?
I don't know.
That's
I don't
what
know who
I
bought
heard
it,
at
but
Louisville.
that would make perfect sense.
Yep.
But yeah, that fetched some pretty big money.
Yeah. I thought these were cool. I mean,
yes, that would be the 9 horsepower 3020.
it's a diesel.
The green one, the regular 3020 is a gas
Yeah.
with a power shift.
That one, yeah.
Yep. And front wheel.
Yeah. Yeah.
And wasn't that the one that was like one of one?
No, not that one. That
There
was,
was
one of the other ones.
There was one. Yeah, there was one there that was like one of one, which is
Well, this 3020, the Synchro, is the only one to be known in existence. I want to say this is one of 3.
so that's the 4320.
Right. But
Look at us nerding out on classic tractors. What did that find out what that 1066 Narrow went for? Because I
was gonna see if
I missed that one. That one sold on Saturday.
Sold on Saturday.
Yeah.
Kevin Lindstrom had one of those. Got a white
1066
Narrow. Yep.
I feel like I saw.
Oh, wait. Go back up.
It's right there.
Is that mini 1066 up there?
1086.
Oh, that one?
Yeah. What did that go for?
13,650.
That's pretty good money. Was that built by Midwest Mini?
Little Tractor Company built, Milan, Michigan.
All right, that's a different company then.
I've never even heard of that place. That's down near where Gerbaugh lives.
Sounds like you guys have a Saturday afternoon already planned.
I think so. I'm actually going down that way this coming Saturday. So
there you go. I like the mini wheel weights.
Yeah, those are kind of cool. But yeah, that's be all right. And
What
there it is.
37.
Oof. God, those pictures would be so cool in black and white. Screw the color business. Black and white. If it's the only tractor in there, oh yeah.
What did the 806 with front wheel assist bring? That only had 1,700 hours on it.
Not enough. That sold for a freaking bargain. I think it was less than 30 grand. And I'm not kidding.
There's one you don't see all the day long.
Nope.
That Case 400 high crop was kind of unique too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There weren't many of those made.
And the 340 diesel, that was rare too.
That D21, what did that sell for? Do you remember? Or did you
The
see?
what?
Can you scroll back for just a second?
Where at?
The D21 right there down.
32.
Oh, 32.
The color was off on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I brought Tyler Montgomery as an equipment trader from Western Kansas, and a good friend of mine. He came out and he stayed the night on Thursday and Friday, and we left and went out there, and that was driving us nuts the entire time. That's cool.
I didn't see this one.
Nor did I.
Somebody smashed together a Jeep and a wheel horse.
Actually, I think that was sitting outside in the back lot.
Well, damn, that's why I didn't see it.
That's
That is
interesting.
cool.
And it's a 4x4. That's kind of interesting.
Boy, my Uncle Roger would have killed for that. He collects wheel horses.
Huh.
I got a real good condition one about identical to that sitting in my garage.
Yeah, make it into a Jeep, and I'll bet you can sell it to a guy in Sparta, Michigan.
Well, as luck would have it, sitting about 10 feet away from where that wheel horse is sitting is a 65 CJ5. So
I didn't know you. I've known you for how long, and I didn't know that you had that.
Yes, it was my dad's. He stripped to the frame rails before I was born, and it's sat there ever since. And it's one of my goals here. I don't know if I'll get it done this summer, but it will be roadworthy again.
Did that Lamborghini sell? Nope, down on the bottom.
I have no idea. Huh?
On the bottom. Turquoise.
Oh. Says sold for 9,450.
Slowest Lamborghini in the world, and also probably the cheapest.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, you threw me for a loop. I was thinking, did I miss something on the car page?
Why was that 20? Was it a 2150? That crude looking Oliver so cheap?
You said it. Crude.
Yeah.
Somebody kind of mashed that together. I'm not gonna poke my finger in anybody's chest, but that was not factory correct.
So, fun fact, did you know in 1916, this was the first electric vehicle? There are 4 GM motors that powered this, and it made the run to haul things back and forth for the publishing plant.
Would it surprise you to know that Elon Musk bought it?
Did he really?
No.
I mean, that would be kind of cool. I would totally believe that.
My name is Ryan. I will be your designated dickhead tonight.
I mean, we're talking about a stock split here, so I mean, sure.
What did the 1456 bring? That wasn't pristine, but it was a nice shape.
I don't know. I was looking at the Scout. I hadn't figured out what the Diamond T pickup. I'd never seen one of those. That thing was pretty cool.
Aren't those cool?
That
thing,
side.
But that thing, I think that had been on its side at some point.
Right.
Because I was looking at that thing and I'm like, what in the heck? That thing's like a perfect restoration. And then this,
then you look at
shotgun side of it looks like hell.
Yeah. It had to have been. But I'd never seen a Diamond T pickup before.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Now that Apache, that's had a lot of work into that. Did you read the specs on that?
I did, and I listened to it, and
Charles,
I was live when it sold on TikTok.
I already saw the 572.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's supercharged.
With a blower.
Oh, yeah. It's got a blower. 900 horse, 1,000 foot-pounds of asphalt ripping torque. Someone had fun with that one.
All the chop.
I would like to put my asphalt in that.
We're down a couple horsepower at that point. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But that was kind of cool.
That was nicely built. It sounded really nice.
That old armored car was cool.
Yeah, that was.
1935 International with 3/8 plates, boilerplate for armament with oak lining.
I saw this and all I could think of was Austin Powers trying to turn around in the hallway. I was trying to find the they sold that John Deere service body too. There it is. 65. That would look really sweet pulling the Remedy. Just put
That
it
would
on
look
there.
pretty sweet pulling pretty much anything,
Well, I mean, yeah,
especially if it was a race car.
right.
Is that an original or was that set on a chassis?
I would assume that was probably set on a chassis.
Yeah. Built on a 98 bus chassis.
There you go.
Adam, my grandfather started trucking right after World War II, 1946 Brockway, and Adam got a cab and hood out in California this winter.
Really?
They're gonna set that on the on a bus chassis.
What was the one you want me to look up for the tractors again?
The 1456.
Friday or Saturday auction?
I'm not sure. You had gone past it already, so
Jerry, I don't know that I don't know that it would come out of hiding. B, I think it would probably break the internet. Somebody would pay $250,000 for it, I'll bet. If it was promoted properly.
Or is that the 856?
That's an 826 in the middle
Okay.
of the screen. 17,325. The 966 was 23,625.
That's good money on a 9.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you get off of this page, though, you're going to need to bring up that IH, that fleet line.
The pickup?
No, the
Oh.
truck. The truck that I drooled over for hours.
Why does that not surprise me? Ken says he wants a real 60-30 someday.
Who wants a real 60-30?
Ken Summers in the comments, but I need a real 60-30 one day.
Such things can be obtained. Heck, if you want to, you can buy one. You can buy one like this week, Ken. RJ Stockwell is sending one off to a new owner. Later, I think it's later this week. And it's a pretty nice tractor. I've got the link up to it on Tractor Zoom.
This one, Doug?
No,
14.
it's a 1456 with a diamond cab on it.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that one.
It was outside on Thursday.
That Orchard John Deere, that one was kind of cool.
My
It brought
favorites.
way more money than I thought it was going to bring.
What did the 4440 bring, Rye? Ryan Kelly bought the neighbors. That thing was pristine, and
I've
know he
seen
paid
that tractor
stupid-
that he
paid
bought.
stupid money for that, but I don't know how much.
I don't know, but they're only appreciating.
Right.
21.
21.
21. Yep. What day was the
Friday.
Friday?
It was that semi that you were drooling over, just like I was.
Oh, the White International?
Yes.
That was sweet.
That was gorgeous. I love that thing.
I scrolled past it earlier. Why didn't you
That
say
was on
anything?
there. Yeah, early.
There
There it
we
is.
go. Yes. Jason Rack, you need this, and then you need to just start pulling farm stock and putting farm stocks on it and rolling in like 3 deep.
Seems like something Hank Balder would show up at a pole driving.
Right? Only his would be like a flatbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd that
And
bring?
I'll tell you, for only having a 290 Cummins in it, that thing loped nice. It sounded good.
What I picture for that is being like a Case dealership hauling equipment down the road.
Yeah, I think that was actually what it was set up to look like.
Yeah.
Aside from the fact that in the back back glass, which was cracked, by the way.
IT Nation.
No,
Or
IH
IH
Nation, and then it has NTPA decals on both sides.
Does it really?
Yep. But somehow or another, that back glass got cracked, and not like one crack, like close to shattering.
What did that bring?
51, I think.
Yeah, 57.2. You get the buyer's premium on there.
Yep. I really wanted to be in the cab of that thing when it rolled across the auction block, but I think it was the seller's daughter got the privilege and not me.
This was the interesting one. This old Ford service body.
Yeah.
I mean, someone probably got a hell of a steal on that for $7,000.
Yeah, no kidding. Because I think it's a 7.3 Power Stroke, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I mean, it's not like it's all rusted either. So it kind of seems like it was the parts truck that sat around for a spare. Because I mean, that would be original vinyl leather seats, was what you'd call them back in the day. So.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a gutless wonder. It's an old non-turbo.
Well,
right.
We can fix that in like a weekend, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say we might know a couple people.
Yep.
What did the 74 Scout pickup bring?
Then
there was an 85 Silverado 3/4 ton with a 6.2 in it.
Was that red one?
Oh, it's black.
I was waiting for you to talk about this international truck. That thing was sweet.
Which?
There's the black one right there.
This one. I want this one.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That's a 74.
Yeah. That thing is nice. And they did a really nice job. I like the interior on it too.
What did it sell for?
That one brought 26.4.
What's under the hood? Is that a 345?
345.
345.
Yeah, on that page, it's got that black 3/4 ton. Right there.
18.
Wow.
For a clean square body, that isn't bad.
No, that's really good.
The interior was mint in it.
Now, granted, it has the most gutless wonder of an engine on the planet, but
still. There's a guy at home that used to say take and put a turbo off a 190 Alice on that thing, and you've got something.
Really?
Well, Brian Banghart did the same thing. He was surfing Craigslist one afternoon and stumbled on like the mother of all. It was like Grandpa's pickup, and it didn't have many miles on it, and it was dirt cheap, and it was a long box single cab, like mid-90s with the 6.5, and he bought it for super cheap and then dumped some money into bulletproofing it, and now he uses it as kind of the daily or the shop truck. That's a sweet little pickup.
I like Jason's comment there that he does need that. So next time we find one of those, we'll have to let him know.
Yeah. Hopefully it has a Detroit in it, though, instead of a 290 Cummins.
Right.
That truck really needs like a 671 at minimum.
Yep.
8V92 twin turbo.
8V92 would be better.
Silver.
There was more than one Scout, I thought. That old white was kind of cool too.
That thing sold for so dirt cheap.
Oh, it's $3,500. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about the old cab beside engine yellow freight truck, Kenworth?
That was a little interesting. I watched that one sell.
This one.
There you go.
Kenworth?
Yep.
That's one for 35.2. That's the one like they move stuff around and they.
No, that was an over the road truck. That wasn't a yard jockey.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that'd be a rough ride.
Woof. Yeah.
That had a big cat. Not well, I wouldn't say big, but it's got a cat in it. Or is that a cat? No, it's a cat.
That's a cat. Yep. Hold on.
What year was that? Early 60s?
59. That just looks like my knees would be rubbing the front dash the entire time.
Yep.
So when they went to a Brigadier, that was one step up.
All I can think of right now is DMX is where the hood at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I took a break when they were selling some of those really old trucks. Went and talked to Don Salama for an hour.
So
That's
All
what's
right,
going on?
guys, I got to sneak out of here. I got a couple things I got to get accomplished yet. So thanks for
All right,
letting me
Doug.
play.
All right,
problem.
dude.
Talk to you later.
See ya.
See ya.
So what's coming this weekend? Anybody got anything coming up, or is this kind of like the last off weekend of the year?
I'm finishing my pantry.
Okay.
So that sounds exciting.
Yeah. About as exciting as what Paul's doing tonight. Drywall in a bathroom.
Yeah. Well, it's exciting for me because Kara and I usually don't do construction projects well. We usually end up wanting to murder each other. And oftentimes we have like the tools with which to do it painfully. You know, like brad nailers or, impact wrenches and, torque wrenches and things like that. And happy to say that on Saturday and Sunday, we did no such thing.
Progress is being made.
I'm very proud of Kara, or I'm very thankful for her patience. Not proud, I'm just thankful. Jeff, how was your show? How many did you sell this weekend? I know you were kind of happy with the way things were going on Friday. Did it get better, I hope?
Spring planning, boy, that's around the corner, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Guys way south are starting to roll.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting a little crazy. So,
Cody, how far are guys away from rolling where we are?
We've got, I don't know, we've still probably got a couple weeks. So
that's kind of what I was thinking.
It's weird because some guys are like all gun ho, got to get going, and the other guys, we call them for service plans, and they're like, we might get it out next week. Give us a call next week. So we're still a few weeks out for the most part.
I can't imagine where you're going to be, Adam, at the end of April.
Where are you going to be in the end of April?
It's going to be the relocated Rudy Spring Truck Jam. It's going to be at Wagler's track instead.
They're trying to beat Mother Nature?
Yeah. Friday night will be
Wagler's track to do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's going to be in conjunction with Farm Truck and Asian doing a no prep race Friday night and then ODSS on Saturday. And hopefully it doesn't rain.
That. Jeremy Wagler, if you're watching, I really need you to find an old turbocharger somewhere. And I need you to find the most violent way to destroy it possible. And I need you to put it on camera as maybe a sacrifice to the drag racing gods, because you know what happens at your track.
Well, I can accomplish this really easily. If Ryan Milliken doesn't put in the second wastegate in his diesel Nova, he can just do what he did in Georgia this past weekend, 60 feet out, grenade the thing.
But I think that needs to happen either before or on site, and I'd like to see Ryan Milliken make a pass in that thing.
Hopefully he will have the changes done and have the car there to race. I know he also was talking about dumping the leaf springs and 4-link in it. So he's got 4 weeks to get her done.
That'd be good.
Yep.
Either way, Milliken, bring a Charger that you're not going to use and then find an interesting way to destroy it with Jeremy present. It might be the only sacrifice that will appease the race gods and let you guys race.
Yeah, we will see. It'll be interesting.
Adam, have you done anything to the expedition yet to make it a race truck? Time's a wasting, buddy.
Yeah, we're not very far away from Pullers Championship either.
It really would be nice to have good weather for that.
You're muted, Brent.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Brent, you're muted.
Anyways,
I heard that.
I was just gonna say I don't really trust the weather when it's still predicted 6+ weeks out. So we're hoping and praying that obviously we have good weather. So little rain won't hurt. Just can't really ask for just rain all week.
We would appreciate your prayers for the same. If you have a turbocharger that you would like to destroy in effigy to appease the pulling gods, please put it on video and address it to all of us. We would appreciate that.
Yep. Yep.
Well, that's about it for me. We're closing in on 2 hours for the night. Anybody got any last words?
Wanted to say a couple of words about Larry Horton.
Yes.
And maybe if you wouldn't mind, maybe you can play the video to take us out. Larry was a guy that I got to know, and some of you probably saw the photo, the selective color that I put up as the Beer Money cover photo. Larry Horton was a farmer from Southeast Iowa and a farm stock puller and Adam Burkhalter's uncle. And some of you know Adam. He's been around the pulling scene for a long time. Won Gordyville several times, yada, yada, yada. Larry was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer a couple of years ago. And rather than give up and accept his fate, because if you've been around for a while, you know that pancreatic cancer is kind of a death sentence. There aren't many survivors. Larry chose, he chose to give cancer the finger and said, I am going to live my life out until I can no longer do so. And that's exactly what he and Mindy did. He went and he pulled his tractor. The last time he pulled his tractor was about a year ago. He had a farm stock 4430. That was the one that was in that photo. And to the Horton family and to Mindy and everybody, just know that we love you. We are praying for you and cancer. Do I make myself real clear? And I guess for words of wisdom on my end, live your life. Live your life. We don't know how much time we have on this planet. And Machinery Pete, who has taught me a lot, always says whenever he talks about somebody who's passed away or taken too soon, he says tomorrow's not promised, and we know that to be true. And that every day is a gift and a blessing. He's right. So do the thing. If it's a vacation, go on the vacation. If it's, putting on a race suit and getting in a 10-second Mustang, go do it. If it's facing your fears about working the right and the left brake on a pulling tractor, do it. We don't know how much time we're given here, but do the things you love and do it with the people you love and don't miss out on the opportunity, because the opportunity will be gone before you know it. And Larry didn't. He went out and he had fun. They traveled. He and Mindy traveled quite a bit, I think. He was still able to do some pulling, and he left us. He was called home. I think it was either last Tuesday morning or last Wednesday morning. And the crazy thing about it is, I only saw him on the track one time in my entire life. And it happened to be that night that I got that shot of him. And if you zoom in on it real good and close, you can see that it's not the sharpest thing I've ever shot. But it very accurately portrayed who Larry was and what absolutely drove him and what he loved. So go out and do that, because ain't nobody going to do it for you. And none of us know how much time we have left. And then at some point in time, we're going to end up in a box. Larry ended up in a pretty cool situation on that when he ended up in that box. I'm not going to lie. He rode to the cemetery on the back of a long black Pete, sitting in between a pair of 4430 pulling tractors. And for a guy who bleeds green and yellow, I can't imagine a better way to go. But do what you love and don't put it off, because we don't know how much time we have left. And live your life. That's what Larry would have told you to do. That's what he told me to do. But that's all I got.
I got nothing to add to that. Well said.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind playing that video, that was one of the best tribute videos and farewell ride videos that I've ever seen.
Where is that? I'll
Go to Mindy Carpenter's page.
All right.
I do kind of have, I guess, on the flip side of that is fellow polling photographer Adam Drought did get some good news himself with his bout with cancer, but he is in remission after, I believe, eight or so months. With a pretty rare blood cancer. So it's good to see that at least there's somebody that was able to, and somebody so young too, be able to kick cancer in the ass and continue to keep moving on here. So
amen.
There is, if you guys haven't seen, I believe it's his brother, correct? That's doing that bike ride.
Yes.
That's
Adam's doing it this year too.
Oh, is Adam doing it as well?
Yeah.
So they are raising money to raise money for, cancer and cancer research. And I think it might be for the specific one that he had. So I believe if you just go to Adam Drought's Facebook page, it might be on the Mad Polling Picks page as well.
It's on both. Yes.
You can find information to that, but encourage, even if it's just a few bucks, just to donate to that. And
he's a good guy, and I've checked in on him through this whole thing periodically, and he's always kept the spirits high through the whole thing and did what he needed to do. So,
yep, and he's got a standing invite to come west. If you're listening, you know what you need to do. The guest bedroom is right over there. You're coming out. We're gonna go shoot pulls out here. We're gonna go shoot all the ones you want, and might drink a little bit of whiskey, and we're going to have a great time. Keep the faith, buddy. Adam's a good friend of all of ours, I think. And I know he's provided a swift kick in the ass for Charles and myself and Brent, maybe you as well, when we've gotten stale or when we've felt like we were lacking drive or motivation. He would be there to point something out or to tell us in no uncertain terms and use a number of very colorful expletives to tell us that I can't be out on the track right now. Why are you sitting at home? And I needed that a couple of times in my life, and I'm forever thankful for that.
Yeah. When I first began my foray into digital photography and got away from the film, I had questions, and I spent some time with him trackside out at Langford, New York, just picking his brain, and he was kind enough to give me some pointers and ideas for what I needed to do. And yeah, good guy.
I've always wanted to shoot an outdoor pull with him. The only time I ever get to see Adam, or ever got to see Adam, was at Louisville.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm pushing him so hard. You know what you need to do, buddy.
He'd tell you need to go out there too.
I'm bigger than he is. He's coming out to see me because he's got more tractors on his bucket list out here that he hasn't gotten to see yet.
Yeah. You'd enjoy New York, though. Just saying.
I know. Someday.
They've got a good circuit out there.
Someday, and if not, then I want to go out and shoot that Christmas lighted tractor parade. I would love to go out and shoot that and do it all artsy fartsy style.
All right, I'm going to roll this video, and we'll call her good for tonight.
All right, guys.
Sounds
Take it
good.
easy.
See ya.
Charles, you're muted. I think that's why we don't get sound.
In the pull off. There'll be 5 pods in the pull off.